What's up, and how is everybody doing out there? Boy, is it a bright, sunny day. Man, beautiful day. You guys, guess what? A lot of people have asked, past comments and everything like that, what are you doing with your trike? How comes you got your trike? What are you doing with it? If you guys remember, if you follow me for a while, we bought a trike when we had our store. Great vehicle to have. You can load it up at the market, fill everything up, which would do every day. But since we don't have our store anymore, we have no use for the trike. Let me show you. This is our trike right here. TMX 155. Great bike. Matter of fact, my first motorbike I ever bought in the Philippines was a Honda TMX 155. But it's been sitting. We haven't used it for over a year. Luke did have somebody come in, go over it. Matter of fact, one of the guys that live in our area here, who's a trike driver, he went over everything. We had to change the battery. LTO made some changes with lights, so we had to do some changes with the lights. Had to replace the battery because, of course, the battery was dead from sitting so long. Changed the oil. The guy just went over it real good. I think Luke might have paid him few hundred pesos to do it, but a great trike. Ran great. You know, we had the sidecar put on it, we had it built. This here is a luggage rack that flips up and locks in. You could store all kinds of stuff on that. We got this covered because the cats will get up and dig into the vinyl there. We have a storage rack on top. This is a big, nice space. It's not one of those trikes where it's real tiny when you get in it. Side mirror on it. Just a great trike. But we don't need it no more. We don't need it no more. I had thought about reselling the sidecar, but I'm like, nah, then reselling the motorbike itself. But I was like, nah. So what are we doing with it? What do we plan to do with it? We're going to ship it. We have a friend who travels back and forth from up in this area, from Subic, along a Bay area. He goes to the big auction down there where they auction off vehicles and trucks and things like that. And then he drives them trucks from up here down to like Mindanao to drop them off to people that have bought them. So he's always back and forth. So what we're going to do is we've contacted him. Matter of fact, our friend Boards, it's a friend of his, and we've contacted him and told him, hey, listen, we want to get Trike, get it down to the province, down to her family, down on Siargao Island, where her brother and her uncle are, and they've already came up with ideas of what they're going to use it for. I think something to do with produce and fish and different things like that. Basically using it as transportation to go to different areas around the province where they live, Siargao Island, and sell products, sell vegetables, sell fish, whatever. So that's what we're going to do. You know, and that brings me to another point. Let me sit down here. That brings me to another point. At what point, or what do you do to help your family out, your wife's family, your girlfriend's family out? You know, do you just keep sending money, send money, you know, feeding everybody? One of the biggest mistakes I see here is guys that come here to meet their girlfriend, potential wife, whatever. They come, they visit, and it's just a party. You know, they come and they visit for a couple weeks, and you know, they're throwing parties every day. They're going out. They're buying all kinds of food. They're taking a whole family to a resort, different things like that. There's nothing wrong with that, I guess, if you got the money to do that. However, as time progresses, say you and your wife get married, you move her back to the States, and every time you come here, it's a big party. Well, guess what? Every time you show up, it's going to be expected to be a big party. Guys will send money and stuff to the province, you know, hundreds of dollars. I've seen thousands of dollars. Send it down to the provinces, and everybody's eating on you. Everybody's eating on your dime. You know, the whole the whole family's there, the cousins, the uncles, the nieces and nephews. Well, guys, you know what? The old saying, give a man a fish, he eats for the day. Give a man a fishing pole, he can eat for the rest of its life. You know what I'm talking about. Might not be the exact phrase, but you know what I'm talking about. And I have always said, listen, I'm not going to send big time money to to the family. You got to put your foot down. You got to establish that. I would rather, and we've done it. Luis's one brother, he cuts down trees, and that's kind of like how he makes his living. So instead of sending him money to sit around and just eat, she bought him a chainsaw so he can go out and make a living. I'd rather give somebody something to make a living than to give somebody something to just sit around and eat. Because let's face it, what do you need in life? Food, water. Here, some Red Horse, right? Well, sad to say, but a lot of people, if that's all they have, they would sit and rather do nothing to make a living or to better their life or their family's life. As long as they're getting food and something to drink, they're perfectly fine with that. Not all, but there are a lot. So that's how I look at it. I'd rather turn around, send this down to their family, to her brother and her uncle. And her brother and uncle, they are hard workers. They do a little bit of everything. Construction work, they're fishermen. They just do a lot. They do what they have to do to support their family, to feed their family. I'd rather send this down to them to where they can use this to make a living. Another thing you got to remember too, guys, there's that old saying. You've heard of this saying. Guys, if you retire, make sure you're at least 2 islands away from your family. Because like I said, if you provide a party every time you've come here, and now it's time to retire, they're going to expect that party. And here's what happens a lot of times too. Say you say to your significant other, your wife or whatever, listen, I'm on a budget now. I'm retired. There is no overtime. There is no getting a second job. There is none of that to get extra money to help your wife's family, to help your wife's nieces and nephews and all that other stuff. And you say, listen, we're on a budget now. I don't mind, say, getting, a couple sacks of rice, a couple big kilos of rice to help them with something to eat. But the party where the brother and the uncle and the rest of the family that relied on you for all those years, that party's gonna be over. You have to put your foot down, guys. If not, you're gonna wind up blowing through a savings or whatever. But then again, it's really up to you. It's really up to you. But what happens too is then they'll put the wife in the middle. They'll put your girlfriend in the middle. Oh, he's so cheap. He helped us out. Now he can't help us out. Because, guys, maybe some people just don't realize that there is not a thing called a money tree. Guys, they'll make the mistake, while they're in their other, in the country they're living in and they're working in, sending money over here and building a house and buying property. Well, now you're stuck. You're stuck there. So when you retire and get there, man, that party that you always provide better keep going on. But that's just me. I've never sent money to family unless it was an emergency. And I'm not talking an emergency every month. Legit emergencies, I never did. I know Lut does send money to her mom to help with food. Her brothers, her older brother, like I said, he's on his own. He's cuts trees down and he does what he has to do to provide for his family. Her other brother, Beloy, he works. He's got a job. Matter of fact, he was up here working for us and great worker. He doesn't take handouts. He works for his money. Her brother, Miguel, who's down in the province, he works with the uncle, Luis's uncle. They don't sit back and take a handout. First of all, I'm not giving handouts. It's not happening. Her other brother, I don't know. I really don't know what he does. He bounces here, bounces here, bounces here, wherever. But we don't send him food. It doesn't happen. Now, when we do go to the province, and in the past when we went to the province, yes, I did have a party. It was for special occasions. But one thing I did do while we were down there, we made sure the family was fed. Are they fed while we're not there? Yes, they are. Are they fed as well? Not really. You know, down there, they'll take one piece of chicken and divide it amongst, you know, a bunch of little kids and rice and stuff. When we were down there, we bought, you know, fish and rice, and we fed the family very well. We didn't, you know, give stuff and, you know, buy this and buy that. And no, I'm not the rich foreigner. I'm far from being the rich foreigner. So anyways, I just wanted to put that out there, a short video. Like I said, we are getting, the trike is gone. We have to get it down for inspection, which we're gonna wind up paying more than only for the simple reason that we waited months now to get it registered and inspected. So that's gonna get down there. The family's happy, they're excited. Like I said, I'd rather do something like that. Let a family member make their own money instead of me giving them money. So, all right, guys, let me know what you think. I know there's people out there that, you know, they're thinking about moving here, retiring here, what to do, how to handle situations. Like I said, it's up to you. It is really up to you on what you want to do. And if you got plenty of money and you can support everybody in the whole barangay, good for you. Good for you. I really do wish I could. I do. It would be cool to be able to do that, but I'm not rich. So, all right, guys, with that, we'll talk to you later.